happy to see you three guys back together this morning?
Yeah, I mean, it's the coach's call, so yeah, we're pumped and ready for tonight.
As a first line, do you think that there's a challenge for you guys tonight, facing Ottawa, but bounce back as a line too?
Yeah, I mean, every night's a challenge. We're excited. Obviously, they've got a pretty deep team over there, a lot of energy, and we're excited for that. And I think all three of us expect more from ourselves, and we're going to try and push that tonight.
What's the biggest challenge going up against them?
Just like every other team, I think what we're focused on is ourselves. We need to be better as a team, as a group, and as a line. So we're just focused on ourselves tonight.
What's your favorite part about playing a rival?
Honestly, whether it's here or Ottawa, it's fun. The crowd gets involved, and they're pretty heated games, which makes it fun. But at the end of the day, we need these 2 points, and so do they. So it's going to be fun tonight.
You played a little bit with Shane Pinto and Brady up Worlds. What did you kind of like about that line? What do you remember about playing with them?
Yeah, they're probably easier to play with than against, for sure. They bring a lot of energy to their game. Very smart players, and look forward to playing them tonight.
Thanks.
For yourself when you go get it, then trying to make a lead play at the blue line, and that creates those turnovers. And just need to play more major game than we did these first 2 games. I think we're trying too much. Everyone tried to do the nicest play there is, and sometimes maybe the simple play, maybe chip off the wall is easier, and there's something better on the other side than just trying to tangle one guy and make a pass through 3 guys.
Your English was better than mine on that one. Thanks.
How's it feel going up against the Atlantic Division rivals to start off the season like this? 3 teams in a row.
It's good. We'll at least we'll know where we're at, and we know what we need to add to our game or what we need to bring tonight. We learned that in Boston, and it's good that we start. I mean, pretty much doesn't matter against who you start because all these teams are good.
Ottawa's first line, physicality and skills. How big is a challenge for you as a line to face their first line?
I think we have the same thing. We have physicality and skill, and we want to be better and we want to outwork them, and that's the most important thing. I think it's that we need to work more than they do.
You take that as a challenge to bouncing back as a line tonight?
Oh, for sure, and it's Saturday night in Santre, so of course it's a big challenge, and I think we are all prepared for it.
Move on.
Thank you.
Cool, no problem.
Probably already touched on this, Alex. Just a rival like the Sens. How do you view their team? How do you describe what it's like to play against them?
Yeah, I mean, since I've been here, it seems like there's a bit of a rivalry there. 2 teams that I think to the outside eye seem like they're in a similar stage of kind of building and trying to become a winning team. And for us, I think we just try and prove that we're a step ahead, and that we want to be among the top of the league this year. And I think it's a good test for us tonight. Just try and get back on the win streak here.
I know a few games here, but just to have Hudson quarterbacking that second power play unit, what can you say about his strengths and what he brings to that advantage?
Yeah, he brings a lot. I mean, he's a very elusive guy up top, so he's hard to defend for that top guy on the power play most of the time. He was able to shake a lot of those guys and kind of create space for other guys in the power play, which has been great. And I think our second unit's been getting a lot of good looks, and I think it's dangerous when we have two units that are producing offense and producing looks. So good to keep it going.
How important is that second unit to?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. I think when you have one unit and teams are only really able to key in on one unit, and it makes it I think a little easier. But when you have two units going, it's harder to kind of be able to adjust to both and defend both of them. So I think it's our job to as a second unit to be a threat and be a unit that teams have to respect.
Contrasting units too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Very very different. So makes it hard for the other team for sure.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Like going in on an
Bon matin.
Patrick et Martin. Toi, tu as une nouvelle chaise, mais il y en a qui n'ont pas changé vraiment de chaise au niveau des trios aujourd'hui. Tu es revenu à ce que tu avais à Boston. Un drôle de lien, tu dis. Mais en fait, tu es revenu un peu à ce qu'on a vu dans l'entraînement, à ce qu'on a vu en début de match. En fait, qu'est-ce que tu as vu que tu aimerais reproduire ou comment tu aimerais ajuster certaines choses pour t'assurer que ça fonctionne cette fois-ci?
Ben, je pense que c'est les détails de la game, qu'on n'a pas été fort à Boston. Puis on a parlé de ça. Puis c'est pas le temps de... Que tu sais, tu as toujours un back-to-back, c'est plus demandant, mais ça peut pas être des excuses cette année. OK? Fait que c'est pas un moment de... J'ai changé les trios durant le match parce que c'est le gut feeling que j'avais. Puis on est encore bonheur dans la saison. Je panique. C'est pas le temps de paniquer. C'est le temps de parler avec la vérité aux joueurs, de où est-ce que qu'est-ce qui est pas négocié. C'est pas des non négociables. Puis on va continuer.
Il y a quand même beaucoup d'interprétations, Martin, sur le fait que cette année, tu ne seras pas patient. Je pense que c'est ce qu'on entend le plus en ville depuis 3 semaines. À quoi tu réagis quand tu dis que cette année, tout le monde dit que tu ne seras pas patient?
Ben, ça dépend pourquoi. Ça dépend pourquoi. Tu peux pas juste être impatient. Parce que je vais être comment que je pense que je devrais être. S'il y a des choses qu'il faut que je sois un petit peu plus patient, puis il y a des choses dont je suis plus demandant. Puis chaque cas est... Tu sais, comme Kapanen, Heinemann, des jeunes joueurs. Il faut toujours que tu sois un petit peu plus patient avec des jeunes joueurs. C'est sûr. Mais on a beaucoup de jeunes joueurs qui ont de l'expérience. Fait que je suis plus demandant parce qu'ils sont à un autre niveau. Mais que je ne serai pas patient, je vais être comme je pense que je devrais être.
C'est une façon de proposer un challenge aussi, Martin, peut-être à ton top 6 de les replacer ensemble pour un match comme celui de ce soir.
Ça se peut.
Guillaume, Eric, Martin.
Salut Martin, deux questions pour toi. Quand vous arrivez c'était le cas à Boston jeudi, puis là contre Ottawa aussi, des équipes contre qui vous avez eu plus de difficultés dans les dernières années, est-ce que tu t'en sers pour peut-être challenger ton groupe ou au contraire un petit mieux?
Non, je pense pas que j'ai... Game 3 de la saison, là, je pense pas que j'ai à challenger mon groupe. Les gars, ils savent. Game de division, ils savent comment qu'on s'est comporté contre ces équipes-là récemment. Puis c'était un gros test mardi. Ils revenaient d'un back-to-back, jouer contre une équipe qui venait de perdre en Floride. Le premier goaler dans le net, ils n'ont pas joué un bon match en Floride. Tu sais qu'ils vont sortir fort. On n'a pas été essayer de détailler bonheur pour se donner vraiment une chance. On s'est donné une chance plus tard dans le match, mais il était trop tard. On n'a pas commencé à l'heure. C'est dur de battre cette équipe-là. Je pense pas que j'arrive aujourd'hui puis je challenge mon équipe. Ils savent où est-ce qu'on est. S'il faut challenge ton équipe, Game 3, là, ça va être une longue saison, tu penses? Là, va faire ta job.
Juste sur un truc plus spécifique, Josh Anderson en désavantage numérique. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a dans son skill set que tu aimes pour l'employer en piqué?
C'est un bon patineur. Il couvre beaucoup de glace. C'est un gros bonhomme. Puis, moi, je sais à Columbus, il tuait des punitions quand il est rentré dans la ligue. Puis je sais pourquoi. Parce que c'est un bon patineur, c'est un gros bonhomme. Puis, depuis que je suis ici, il jouait une chaise peut-être un petit peu plus offensive. Puis notre game, notre équipe, elle s'en vient un petit peu plus profonde offensivement. Puis des fois, il faut que tu réajustes un peu le rôle des joueurs. Puis j'ai eu une bonne conversation avec Andy de ça. Puis c'est un rôle qu'il veut jouer. Fait que, tu sais, quand il y a un joueur qui prend ça, puis il veut cette responsabilité-là, mais tu sais qu'il va en faire comme il faut, parce qu'il va continuer à essayer de s'améliorer, versus qu'il n'aime pas cette chaise-là. Mais peut-être qu'il il s'en fout des détails, il est pas content, mais c'est pas ça. C'est une super de belle attitude. Puis c'est un des joueurs, je trouve, qui à Boston, là, il était là.
Two separate subjects I wanted to ask you about. The first is the deep game when it comes at you. What's the best way to beat it? What's the solution?
To have a deep game yourself. You know, like to me, we had to see their deep game so much because we weren't willing to play a deep game. You know, they had to play half court. It was coming back in because we were stubborn at the blue line, especially early. They were stubborn in the neutral zone. And once getting a puck deep doesn't guarantee that you're going to get an offensive zone shift, but you give yourself a chance. You don't just get a puck deep to get a puck deep. If you're on a 2-on-1, 3-on-2, your numerical advantage, you're playing. But if you don't have numerical advantage, these little plays that get sticked on puck and it goes the other way, now you're dealing with their deep game. So for us, you want to not deal with their deep game? Well, have a deep game yourself because now they're going to have to defend. So guess what? If they have to defend, when they get the puck out, are they dumping in and changing? Or are they dumping in and bringing their deep game? So we never really tired them out like early so that we can breathe a little bit. And Boston, Florida, like these teams, like they do that very well, and they're not stubborn, and we talk about that.
Second subject was your first line. We saw a lot of evidence of them having very good chemistry together and doing things together. What are the elements to you that enable them to show that?
How do you phrase that?
What are the elements between the three players on your first line that enable them to show their best selves as a line?
Well, for me, when that line is on, they're just respecting the rules of the game. They take what the game gives them. They respect the rules. They you know, there's no numerical advantage. That puck's going deep. We get on the forecheck, you know, and then they get their ozone going. They play in balance in the ozone. They got a guy at the net, usually Slav. Like there's a lot, but you know, they need to just get back to that, playing inside the rules of the games. And I think when they do that, they all show their asset and they play off their asset, you know. But, you know, it starts very far from the opponent's goal. You know, they have big assignments. They play against top lines, okay? So if you're not going to defend well, you're going to be in your zone a lot. So when you're in your zone a lot, when you finally get out, you're tired. So you cannot get to play the game on the offensive side of things. So I think it starts there. You know, I think they got to do a better job. And it's not an easy task because they play against the best. But if you really, you know, play hard there, you're going to play less in there, and you're going to have more energy to get on the offense. You know, they play hard minutes, especially like that Toronto game. Like that Matthews, second half of that game, they were coming and they had to defend a lot. And does that take a little gas? Does that empty their gas tank for a back-to-back a little bit? Maybe. But, you know, they just got to do a better job there in my mind.
We'll take two more. Arpin, AGF.
Sorry, I just wanted to pick up on something you said earlier where you said there's no excuses this year. Is that, you keep saying you want to raise the standards of what you expect from your team. How is that going to manifest itself this year that you're not accepting excuses like being on a back-to-back and playing two tough opponents and stuff?
I mean, data says it's really hard to win on the back-to-back. And I'm fine with losing on the back-to-back. But it's how do you lose? It's how you lost the game, not necessarily losing the game, you know? And I felt like we did not give ourselves a chance early. Like we played outside our details that I feel like makes us successful early, you know? So I don't want to use the back-to-back as an excuse for those details. Okay, the lack of energy, I understand, like it's going to happen. Data says it's hard to win back-to-back, and I get it. So, but I'm not going to use that as an excuse just be loose with our details.
Something you said very often last season, that your players have to trust your forecheck. And you said it repeatedly to us. I can't imagine how many times you said it to them. So to see something like that recur as you start this season, when you harped on it so much last season, you said there's going to be some continuity and whatnot. Like, how does that make you feel as a coach when you're kind of back to something that you were at, I don't know when last season, but for a significant amount of last season, and you're right back where you were last year?
How does it make me feel as a coach? Makes me feel that I got to keep coaching. You know, we just didn't get enough deep pucks. It's not like we didn't forecheck. We didn't give ourselves opportunity to forecheck. So, and I think sometimes the guys, they want, you know, coming off a high, big win, and they want to win. They want that success, and you know, we're looking for home run plays that are not there. You know, and we talk about just it's reminder. We're still a young team, but it's the reminder of, like, you know, just get on base, get on base, get on base. The home run ball will be there eventually, and we didn't do that early.
Jeff.
Salut Martin. Juste revenir sur Josh Anderson. L'an dernier, il se retrouvait souvent sur les réflecteurs parce qu'il ne marquait pas de but. On dirait que ça a été le même refrain toute la saison. Comme coach, tu vas vouloir qu'il en marque des buts, c'est évident, mais en lui donnant un rôle dans les avantages numériques, est-ce qu'il y a un but de peut-être lui retirer une certaine pression?
Ben, oui. Je suis sûr qu'il va souvent sentir moins de pression, c'est sûr. Puis je pense que Andy est capable de marquer des buts, même si je ne joue pas sur le power play. Puis je pense qu'il peut être très dangereux en désavantage avec sa vitesse. De trouver de la... Hier, il y a quasiment... En Boston, je pense. En deuxième période, c'est ça en désavantage qui s'est quasiment poussé. Tu sais, il y a ça, il y a une accélération excellente, puis il est capable de se séparer. Fait que... il y a peut-être une chance qu'il y ait plus de chances vraiment en désavantage qu'en avantage, comment qu'on l'utilise en avantage.
Last question.
Oliver Kapanen made your squad from the camp. What did he do to earn your trust?
To me, it's his consistency of his intentions on the ice, both offensively and defensively, 200-foot game, with and without the puck. You know, it's just consistent of, like, the right intentions.
That's nothing.
You have more?
Yeah, if you had to make a decision right now, would he play with the team for the rest of the season?
It's hard for me to do that. It's hard. But I like what I see, though.
Is he on the power play tonight?
What's that?
Is he on the power play tonight?
Yes, he will. He'll be on the power play.
That's Martin.